It just is. And so we have a conundrum. The conundrum is, how do you oscillate and vibrate in a world where deep learning is no longer the normal? It's no longer normal. It's abnormal. People are not interested, but it's not that they're not interested. It's that they don't have insight. They don't have the ability to have sight into. That most people struggle with the ability to really sit down and calm their brain, turn off all of the distractions, and read a book, or do some research, or watch a movie with a loved one, or sit down at the family dining table and enjoy a meal with all of your family during one time. It's very hard to go out to eat at a restaurant with family and friends and nobody has their cell phone out. I can't remember when the last time I went to a restaurant and sat down and watched people and see who pulls their phone out and starts texting while at the dinner table. So there's many things going on. People are burnt out, and people resist deep conversations because it requires active listening. People are not really interested in active listening because it does require effort. It requires you to sit down and really tune in and listen. And so what you're seeing going on, especially in what I do for a living, and what I'm noticing is the fact that, man, people are gone because there's so many. You can sit and you can watch TikTok all day. You can be on Instagram all day. You can be on Facebook all day. You can be on YouTube all day. You can go by 5 hours, go by like that, and you sit and you ain't done nothing. So, and all the videos, especially with TikTok, is 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and you go to the next video. That's shallow learning. And so when we live in a world that requires, for example, open heart surgery requires deep learning, deep work. You literally have to know what you're doing. To basically take out an engine and then put a car to build a house. A lot of the stuff that we do requires you to be engaged and to go deeper than the surface level. Insight versus information. There's a war going on between insight and information. I know a lot of people who have insight, but I know of more people who have information. Information is useless now because now anybody can say anything. Anything can be said, and then there's fact checkers who are fact checking. Science is not science anymore. Anybody can validate their perspective with useless information because people lack discernment. People lack information, or not information, insight. And so insight simply means that you got sight in. You have the ability to go inside of a frequency, wave, or vibration and verb. You have your gut. Your gut now is your God. And so therefore you tap into intuition. You're able to go inside and discern. That's missing now because people have been bombarded with too much information. And so now information is useless. Information is worthless unless you got insight. And very few people have spiritual insight. And so in order for you to really, really develop insight simply means sight into something. It's the ability to go inside and really look around and discern. And so information is worthless without insight. So you probably don't need any more information. Neither I don't really need any more information. The audience that you serve, especially if you do what I do for a living, so I don't do information anymore. I've been doing information, but I'm out of the information game. I'm into the implementation game. So now I do implementation. I don't do information. So everybody knows everything already. So implementation requires what? To implement something, it requires a deeper level of clarity, and it requires a deeper level of over, under, and inner standing. Then, bam, I can do it. The only reason people don't do what you tell them to do is because they don't have deep clarity of what you ask them to do. They have a surface level knowledge. They don't have personal experience. So what we're talking about, I'm talking about implementation through personal experience. But we live in a culture and an environment where people are burnt out and people resist work. Nobody wants to work from the perspective of on yourself. Now, I'll tell you what to do. We have no problem telling other people what to do. But when it comes to us personally implementing and taking massive action, nobody's interested because they burnt out. And the reason why people are burnt out because people are burnt out from making too many decisions and being bombarded with too many information and being bombarded with broken promises and people telling them things that it just does not work. And so it's all about fruit. It's all about results. It's all about really, really putting yourself and connecting with people that actually are talking about stuff that they've personally done themselves, not something that they read off a book. So whoever you talk to, I don't care who it is, make sure you're talking to somebody who's already been where you are personally trying to go. That's someone who's done the inner work. There's a lot of people telling you stuff that they don't embody. Only talk to people who embody with proof whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you want to fix the brakes on your car, don't talk to somebody who watched a YouTube video on how to fix the brakes on your car. Talk to somebody who can show you that they've fixed the brakes on their own car, and they can help you fix the brake on your car. They are an embodied electrical magnetic body. They embody the electricity and the magnetism of that specific level of knowledge. They have something called proof. So they can provide you with proof.